ball game. Immediately, the TJ Hotdogs snapping that 53 all deadlock at the end of the first half with Pumaran drilling in a basket.
Well, after the double team on Alvin Patrimonio came, he found Pumaran open. There's Pumaran helping out his teammate, and Franz Pumaran is free on the other end.
So a spate of fives on the board right now, 55 all. 45 seconds have gone by here in the third canto. Alvin gets it to drop.
That's a power play there because Teng is not an easy player to push around, and so Alvin knew that he had to take the ball strong and quick to the hoop.
Yes, indeed, or else Alvin Teng would have the opportunity to claw him defensively. Here's Mon Fernandez. Now Patrimonio picking him up, and we have an illegal defense call
against the Hotdogs in that last play, which will nullify that shot. It's going to be a warning, as this is the first offense. Remember, they were called for that in the second quarter, but it was simultaneous to a shot of Dignadice, and the shot was counted. It nullified the illegal defense.
So a warning has been issued against the TJ Hotdogs. Pumaran. Mon Fernandez, quick jumper off the glass.
18 points in the ball game now here for Ramon. 57 all is the count. A minute and a half gone by here in the third quarter.
Fernandez with an average of 22 per ball game. Alvin on Alvin situation. He's forced to pass way out. Elmer to Elmer this time. No. Teng secures it.
A lot of first names.
Yes.
Similarities in first names.
Teng hopping inside. Can't get it to fall. Here's Cabahug. Lead pass to Elmer Reyes. Zigzags in the air. Fouled in the process.
Elmer Reyes will go to the 4.5 meter line. As we take a look on that on our Gold Eagle slow-mo, there's the foul by Franz Pumaran. Teammate trying to come to help out, but just a little bit too late.
Pumaran with his first personal foul. The first foul of either side in the third quarter. Elmer Reyes on the stripe, averaging 7.5 points per ballgame in 24 minutes of action, as well as 43% from the 4.5 meter line.
5 points in the ballgame
yes.
for Elmer.
And as you were mentioning, had a big game the other night against Alaska.
19 points.
And a great defensive job on Jojo Lastimosa.
Which is his forte.
Yes. Pass inside to Fernandez. Shot clock is reduced to 7. Angeles with a cut.
Third personal foul of Patrimonio reaching in there against Angeles. First team foul called against the Hotdogs.
And San Miguel continues to turn to that big lineup which they have turned to in the first half of play, with Angeles there together with Teng and Mon Fernandez.
Well, there is Graves, there's Dignadice. So, you know, make the use of these big fellows. Of course, the speed factor is in favor of the Hotdogs, and that's why they had a 14-4 run advantage in the fast break points. No?
Yes, and even had 4 straight points towards the end of the first half, which tied up the ball game at 53 all at the end of the first 24. 9:40 remaining.
San Miguel taking a 1-point lead here, 59-58.
Patrimonio is blocked.
Triple team in that play.
You know, Alvin Patrimonio's father takes a seat in different parts of the Coliseum. He's now here in the lower level section.
He has been here for the last few games. But he, you know, he's a very calm person.
Yes, I remember a comment you and Joe Cantada said a long time ago, you know, father watching his son play, and you said, I think that's what the objective of every father, to see your son become somebody. And I think Mr. Patrimonio is extremely proud.
Oh, yes. Like Romy Quintanar, he's very proud of his sons and his daughters, you know. And if you miss Romy, don't forget, he's the sports editor of Headline Manila.
You're really onto Romy tonight, huh?
Because I really love that fellow. He knows it. You ask him.
Sabi natin, siya lang ang Romy K na walang K.
Ikaw lang, ako hindi ko sinabi yun. Mon Fernandez missing with a glass shot.
Patrimonio tries to chase it, almost ramming into a sports photographer underneath. It will stay with the Beermen. 60-59 count with the TJ Hotdogs enjoying a 1-point lead.
Referee Chua just on top of that play.
Yes. Outside to Giselle Angeles. Launching it is Pumaren from Triple B.
Pumaren, 3-point.
Franz Pumaren, first 3-point shot for him.
Going into this ball game, has averaged 37% from that sector. Angeles keeps it in play.
Very good save there after a good defensive job.
He did not give up.
Pumaren in the same spot, missing this one, however.
Angeles fighting like a tiger.
And Cabajo giving up the foul.
Foul, Cabajo.
Norman is getting excellent jobs from guys like Angeles. We have Graves also doing a very good defensive job. And again, Purefoods, although they tied San Miguel in the rebounds in the first half, they're getting clobbered here in the third quarter on that area.
And now I think that combination you were advocating during your halftime discussion is now taking place.
Well, first time that these three guys play together. 3-point shot by Agustin.
Agustin,
So 2 in a row here
3
for the
points.
Beermen, and all of a sudden they take a 5-point lead.
And now the backcourt of San Miguel spicing up their game with 18 points between Agustin and Pumaren. Evenly split. 65-60. Penetration for the face. He has 12.
Right to left dribble there caught the defensive man Angeles by surprise.
Yes. Surprise Patrimonio could do that crossover. Here's Agustin. Opts to drop inside, but the TJ Hotdogs were wise to it. The zigzag machine.
Elmer Reyes almost always seems to be ready to make layups now. He's running the minute he sees his teammates pick up the ball here. Somebody seems to be hurt. It's Alvin Teng. He might have a sprained ankle here. He's holding on to it. Usually with that kind of walk, it's a sprain.
Teng.
Norman Black surveys the field first and sends in Jeffrey Graves. So Tang will hit the bench. Ball game stands at 65-64. 4 quick points by the TJ Hotdogs.
They seem to respond to the challenge, you know, of
Yes.
the Beermen trying to pull away. So far, it's been that way in this ball game.
That's true. Adrenaline flowing for both squads. Mon Fernandez trying to set up this mismatch, but Reyes knew it was coming. Reyes continues, zigzags through, misses the shot, however.
There's a loose ball foul on Angeles, hitting Reyes from the back.
Foul, Angeles.
Giselle Angeles gets his third personal foul and San Miguel's third team foul compared to 2 team fouls by the TJ Hotdogs. Just a sideline inbound for by the blue shirts, that is. Asaitono together with Cordillera and Patrimonio up front. Pumaren and Reyes taking care of the backcourt chores. The face looking inside. Shot clock down to 15 seconds. Alvin waiting for his cue. Turns around quickly. Bingo!
Was a real one-on-one play with the double team of Agustin coming. Graves still held his ground. No?
That's
Played
true.
defense all the way. Alvin just made a difficult shot.
TJ Hotdogs back in the driver's seat. Juan Fernandez fakes a pass inside to the cutting Angeles. Shot clock down to 5 seconds. One-hander on the way. It won't go. Inside Agustin. Inside a crowd. And Jericho Dinera clears. Alvin cross-court diagonal pass to Nelson Asaitono. Nearly lost it. Reyes. Asaitono. Power move. Yes.
Without the benefit of the glass, and all of a sudden it's an 8-0 run here as the Hotdogs take a 3-point lead.
8-0 run indeed, as the score earlier was 65-60. So the Beermen have been stuck at 65 for quite a spell. Here's Agustin. Fernandez inches in. It will be short. Picked up quickly by the blue shirts. Here come the Hotdogs busting out. Over now to Asaitono. Simple calls out that fast break. And a timeout called by Norman Black.
Timeout.
Ato Agustin delivers coming out of that San Miguel Beer timeout to cut down that 5-point lead to just 3 with 5:39 remaining. Asaitono 6 straight points.
When he's a power player and you give him that kind of a hole, he's going to go straight too.
Agustin, whirlwind shot. Decides to, forced rather, to send it outside. Agustin will do it one more time, but a foul has been spotted.
On Elmer Reyes, that will be his second.
Reyes.
We have Alvin Teng, who seems to have shrugged off that sprain as we take a look at this simple cold fast break completed by Elmer Reyes.
Well done, Dr. J. 5 and 20 remaining, 72 to 67. This game has been marked by 19 lead changes.
Well, it's very important for San Miguel to have a healthy Alvin Teng. He can match up well defensively either against Aceytono or Patrimonio. And he has the experience of a championship player too. 3-point shot by Pumaren, not going in this time.
No go. He had hands all over that shot. Fernandez from the corner won't drop. And Cordillera controlling the inside track. Agustin caught reaching up.
Foul, Agustin.
Five minutes and a second remaining, 72 to 67.
Still a lot of basketball. We're only in the third quarter.
Yes, coming in just a little late as we had a long second quarter of the first game. 7 fast break points for the PJ Hotdogs against nothing by San Miguel in this period. Jerry snaps, bounces off. Alvin Patrimonio.
See, Jeffrey Graves holding position well in the defensive rebound.
That's true. Pass to Fernandez. Tries to establish control. Pumaren sidesteps, decides to go inside to Teng. And there is a foul.
Aceytono, that'll be number 3 on him.
Aceytono.
So all the big men there for the Hotdogs have 3 fouls apiece. Jerry, Alvin, and Nelson.
Well, the prescription that you had during your halftime discussion, Dr. J, seems to have worked for the PJ Hotdogs. What should San Miguel now do to offset that advantage which the Hotdogs seem to have right now?
Well, this was one of the plays that they got on the inside. They had missed a couple of shots going into the inside. After the timeout, they hit a jumper by Agustin on the outside. With a tough trio inside like that, you're not gonna get a lot of good shots. So, you know, obviously Agustin has got to put up his game from the outside, and so has Franz Pumaren.
Good point. 4:17 to go. Reyes sends it downstairs to Aceytono. He's been the vital cog of this emergence by the TJ Hotdogs. Pumaren's attempt won't go. Reyes sends it outside to Patrimonio. Baseline attack. The pass is intercepted.
And the white shirts are running.
Yes, sir. Blue shirts try to match their speed. Pumaren is open. It's on its way off. Picked up by France.
Tough player, Franz, coming into the picture to pick up that rebound. Fernandez providing the pick for Agustin, but he goes the other way, and we have Dindo giving up a foul.
Foul, Pumaren.
Pumaren's third personal foul.
Pumaren.
Capaccio will check in.
And he'll take out Dindo Pumaren. So Eli Capaccio going big here.
Yes.
Elmer Reyes with another steal, anticipating that pass.
Zigzags in the air.
9 points in the ball game right now. 2 interceptions in this quarter.
Beermen have been hit by a bit of carelessness. 74 to 69, 3:26 remain. Monica Fernandez with a spin around move, which succeeds. 3-point lead for the TJ Hotdogs as we wind down to 3 and 17.
Isolation play again here for Alvin.
It worked earlier, with Alvin hitting a difficult jumper. Starts his grind, twisting shot short. Ball is knocked away. It will go to San Miguel.
Yes, last touch on number 44. Jerry Cordillera in that play.
Lovely face here, and she is 23-year-old Bambi Baduel, and she roots for the San Miguel Beermen. You can see that. In addition, she'll be given an 11x14 mounted color photo from Kodak, plus a chance to party at the one and only party place. That's Spaces, with a 300 peso gift certificate, of course. On the way, this 3-point shot, no. Picked up by Glenn Capaccio. Jerry, surprised that the ball was going his way, picked up safely nonetheless by Elmer Reyes. Back to Jerry, inside to Nelson, takes a giant step short on that try. Alvin Teng takes care of the rebound.
Alvin, a tough rebounder.
Agustin gains speed, goes all the way through.
And he has a 3-point play coming up on this foul by Capaccio.
Foul, Capaccio.
We have this timeout as this ultra continues to rock. Welcome to the fourth quarter play. Agustin missing from the outside. We're all knotted at 76 all.
Cabao getting out of the screen there, making the jumper.
And Cabal now in double digits with 10 points. He has averaged 16.9 for the TJ Hotdogs.
He was a special feature at KP at the half.
What a great feature there. Trying to fulfill his own dreams after his father achieved his. Looking for a championship. Fernandez drills it in off a finger roll. We're tied at 78. $20 lead changes, 11 deadlocks.
You know, I wonder who's going to give.
Good point. Well, I've often hear you say the one that could withstand the pressure. Asaitono continues to have the hot hand. 16 points by him.
And he gets staying into foul trouble with that one.
Foul, Fernandez.
Oh, it's Fernandez. Fernandez picking up his fourth foul. Fernandez double teaming to help out Alvin Teng in that play. Teng is being replaced by Dignadice and Agustin is being replaced by Romy Lopez.
Most outstanding performer of the game will receive our Jollibee Best Player of the Game award.
Asaitono has 16 points in the ball game. Make that 17, and it's a 3-point lead now here for the Purefoods TJ Hotdogs.
The biggest lead enjoyed in this ballgame was 7 points, and that was centuries ago at 13-6. 7-point lead.
Cabao may have given up another foul there. You know, who's it on? It's on Capasio.
Yes.
Capasio.
Number 3 on Capasio. Some third quarter numbers on your screens.
You can see that San Miguel did not shoot that well compared to the Hotdogs, but they got the benefit of 2 3-point shots in that third quarter of play.
Compliments of the backcourt, Pumarin and Agustin, one each. And the pass by Lopez is deflected by Cabahog. Here's Capasio. It's a 3-on-2 situation. Lopez giving up that foul as he tried to reach in, preventing any attempt at the hoop.
The best thing to do under that situation. If there's going to be a 3-on-2 situation coming into the picture, but he gave up a good foul, a duty foul.
Yes.
And we take a look at the radio coverage. Al Mendoza.
Yes, serious, isn't he? Bobby Ante, as usual, taking care of the Anchorman chores. And the guy they call Boy Blue, Boy Ocampo, acting as their scorer there. As to why he's called Boy Blue, I wonder. 10 and 13 to go.
He's not a little boy. 13 foul called against the San Miguel team, 1 against the Hotdogs. Cabahog going up against Romy Lopez.
Difficult angle. Jericho Dinera.
You see, you have those trio there, you know. It's not easy to box out 3 men.
You end up confused.
They're all tough, you know.
17 points, 9 rebounds. Jerry has scored twice, that is, off the offensive glass. Juan Fernandez, 83-78, 5-point PJ Hotdog advantage. Penetration by Ramon, rolls in.
Juan walking the gauntlet there. Continues to be the top scorer for his team.
Yes. Now looking into the meaning of the gauntlet, every time I've heard you say that, I looked it up, and it's difficult going through a gauntlet. It's a medieval term. You have to get chopped, clobbered, beaten up. Capasio traveling. Uproar from the TJ Hotdog bench.
He was rejected in that shot here by, I think, Romy Lopez. Came down on the floor with the ball.
Still in his hands.
That's right.
83-80.
Well, sometimes, you know, you want to see what you want to see. There's going to be an offensive foul called on Ramon. That will be number 5 on him.
Offensive foul, Fernandez.
As the leaders of their respective teams, they're on your screens, their performances so far.
Fernandez has had a good evening, but he has 5 fouls now, and that's certainly going to hurt the team. No?
Asaitono starts his whirl towards the hoop. No count. Foul before the shot.
By Dignadice.
Dignadice.
Second personal
That's
foul.
right.
Fernandez.
Fernandez will now sit down as Alvin Teng suffered a slight sprain in the third quarter. Seems to be okay, but he's tough, and maybe the Aray will come later on tonight.
But there's no choice. You lose tonight, you're out of the finals.
No tomorrows. As we mentioned earlier, outside for the Beermen.
Well, Capasio now coming up with some errors. You know.
That spot over there seems to be his Waterloo.
Yes.
Here's the San Miguel missile. Franz Pumaren shakes free. Can't pull up for a shot. Tang is inside. Lopez trying to pry it loose. The face is on a sprint, and it's knocked away by Pumaren. 8:27 remaining in this high-octane game.
And a quality match. 83-80 is the count. The Hotdogs on top by 3. San Miguel, however, already has 5 team fouls in this quarter compared to 1 for the Hotdogs.
A victory by the Hotdogs will push them to an 11-6 card, tying them with Diet Sarsi. Inside action. Loose ball foul.
Going to be on Patrimonio. Over the back foul here.
Foul, Patrimonio.
That will be number 4 on him.
We have a timeout by Purefoods.
Timeout, Purefoods.
In points 15 and 16.
He was sent back into the ball game for Franz Pumaren. They needed him to come up with the outside shooting, especially with Fernandez having to sit it out for a while here with 5 personal fouls.
That's right. 83-82 count. TJ Hotdogs by a single point. Cordillera. Tang is trying to ball hawk. Graves is all over Patrimonio. He misses. Graves fighting for it.
Graves playing very good defense all the way. Alvin
Tang
will take that shot, but he misses it, and there's going to be a foul called against Graves.
could not get it to stay down.
Well, this is one game, Seb, where you can really see quality players in the forward lineup, you know, really contesting almost every rebound play. And the matchup is pretty good, no? Nobody really having a distinct advantage as far as height is concerned.
And to complement that, even the backcourt trying to get into the flow of things, especially on the San Miguel side of things, with Augustine beginning to hit the target. Here's Cabal. Jericho Diniera shooting over Alvin Tang.
You can see that that's a very good substitution because Capaccio has gotten his game foiled now because of a good block. And getting Dindo Pumaren could get them back on the fast break track.
Agustin, a man without fear.
The only problem is Dindo will have a mismatch against Agustin.
That's right.
Defensively.
Foul, Cordillera.
Cordillera picking up his 4th personal foul.
By the way, last year, Ato Agustin was the finest performer from 4.5 meters from the foul throw line. The best performer tonight from that sector will win our Sharp Shooter of the Game award. With only 7:02 remaining, ball game currently at 85-83 in favor of the TJ Hotdogs.
If you just joined us, the Presto Tibolis, the Tiboli Full Cream Milk, came up with a big upset, if you could consider that as an upset over the Alaska Milkmen, but they won very convincingly.
115-104 for the 3rd straight time. Alaska has been derailed in its trip towards a playoff for one of 2 finals berths.
And now they only have 1 chance left against Diet Sarsi.
That's a tough assignment.
That will be on Sunday.
Foul, Dignadice.
Yves Dignadice, guilty of his 3rd personal foul. And the team foul situation shows that San Miguel has collected their 7th team
Warning
foul.
on Fernandez.
Fernandez with a warning who's not even on the playing court.
He's on the bench. Patrimonio had 10 points in the 3rd quarter to have a total of 16. And that's his first point here in the 4th quarter. Come on. Probably saying, hey. Alvin missing his 2nd free throw.
To 6. Agustin charges through.
Another foul on Patrimonio. That will be number 5. He tried to reach in.
Foul, Patrimonio.
That kamikaze attitude of Ato Agustin has drawn some dividends in terms of getting some fouls on the big men of the TJ Hotdogs.
Obviously, there must be a substitution here. As we see Agustin at the 4.5 meter line, and he could tie the ball game with 2 free throws.
Patrimonio. Dignadice.
Changes in the lineup. Patrimonio hits the bench. Capaccio is in. Dignadice will move out as Jostel Angeles, the fighting tiger of the San Miguel Beermen. Back on the floor. Agustin cans in the second charity. Has averaged 23.6. And we're tied once more at 86. This is deadlock number 12. Steal.
Capaccio with an anticipated pass there.
Chance for the Beermen to surge ahead. Agustin pulls up. No. Angeles fighting hard for that rebound.
Good timing on his part.
Yes.
At Agustin setting up the play again, not wanting to rush it.
Ato with a triple. Yes!
Sir, big one.
Agustin, 3 points.
5:43 to play, and that's a big morale booster for the Beermen. Now up by 3. Crowd very much into the ball game. Here's Glenn Capaccio. Hotdogs trying to regroup. Asaitono forces it up. It won't go. Tang can handle it. And a loose ball foul. Is it on Asaitono?
Let's take a look at that play again. There's Asaitono pushing off against Graves, so it's a good call by referee Chua, and Asaitono will pick up his 4th personal foul.
Update on the team fouls. 5 on the TJ Hotdogs, 7 and penalty situation in effect against San Miguel. But momentum shifting momentarily over to the Beermen, fueled by that 3-point shot by Ato Agustin.
That's right. Agustin stringing 5 straight points here, so Elmer Reyes now picking him up again.
Ato zigzagging through. Yes!
7 straight points here for Agustin.
Phenomenal. We'll be right back.
Timeout, Purefoods and the Juiciato.
Capaccio's shot won't go. Jerry Cordillera is hammered in the air.
Jerry coming up with an offensive rebound, was fouled here.
Foul, Teng.
The 4th personal foul of Alvin Teng. Good timing on that leap on the part of Cordillera. That was a timeout that was needed by the Hotdogs.
And definitely the main agenda of that meeting should have been Ato Agustin.
Yes, who has strung in 7 straight points, including a 3-point shot. The Hotdogs already have used 5 timeouts. That means they have 2 left, while the Beermen still have 4 left in this 4th quarter. Big night again, big numbers for the big fellow.
And he continues. 91-88. Lopez over to Agustin. Agustin hitting 11 of his 25 points here in the final payoff period. 4:48 remaining. Agustin, corner, Lopez attracts the double team. Tang, everybody's in the box. Tang recovers. Tang with 5 on the shot clock is hammered. Fast break in progress. Here goes Glenn Capaccio all the way to the hoop. It's back in the air, but there's a foul.
Foul by Agustin as Capaccio took it strong to him.
Foul, Agustin.
Here, Capaccio is committed to go for the shot. There is the foul by Agustin.
Saitono.
Really getting high up into the air for his height of 5'11". Huh?
Lopez.
Yes. Lopez is replaced by Pumaren. We also have Nelson Asaitono sitting down. Patrimonio is in. Timeout, San Miguel. San Miguel Beer trying to hang on for dear life. They're in front 91-89 now as Capaccio sinks the first. A loss by San Miguel will knock them out of the race for the finals. While on the other hand, the TJ Hotdogs, they can avoid some complications and surge into first place with a tie with Diet Sarsi with a victory, which will give them an 11-6 card.
And they still have 2 games to go. Capaccio hitting his first 2 points in the second half for a total of 8 in the ball game. Just a 1-point lead now for the Beermen. The 2 Pumarens are still matched up together against each other in the
Point position as Josel
another block
covered,
by
yes.
Jerry.
Dinda sends it outside to Elmer Reyes. 2 Beermen on Reyes. And Jerry wisely waits for the rest of the crew, and Pumaren says, let's assemble. Now poise is of the essence.
1-3-1 formation here with cuts now coming.
Capaccio.
That's an offensive foul.
foul.
Yes. Capaccio a little bit too eager coming out of that pick. Driving strong, and Pumaren establishing position.
But he also paid dearly for that one. He held on to his rib cage there. Press applied by the TJ Hotdogs. Ball game at 91-90. Time remaining 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Quality ball game.
Yes, sir. No question. Making up for this rainy Tuesday evening. Agustin. Reyes took it in away from his hands.
Foul, Reyes.
And for Reyes, that will be 3 personals.
And that will be the 17th foul, so both of the teams are now in penalty.
Ato Agustin was played a heroic role for San Miguel Beer. Isolation for Ato. Rave starts to cut in. Angeles 2. Pumarin is wide open. Brings it in closer. Fernandez corner. No! Rebound battle. The Faints winning out. Here's the bullet. Sends it over to Reyes. Downstairs to Alvin Patrimonio. Double team on Alvin. Amply covered. 5 on the shot clock. Illegal defense on San Miguel Beer. That should be a warning.
Warning of San Miguel Beer. Agustin for illegal defense.
Their first offense of that nature in this ball game. So both of the teams have already been tagged warnings for illegal defense.
Score at the end of the first half was 53-all. At the end of the third quarter, 76-all. Patrimonio bottled up. 3 on him. Cordillera free. It will bounce in.
A big break there for the Hotdogs. Coutinera taking an outside shot and getting a good bounce for himself.
Pushing the TJ Hotdogs back in front, 92-91 as we wind down to the final 2.5 minutes. Sibling rivalry at point continues. Here's Ato Agustin. Elmer Reyes with his active defensive hands. 4 seconds of the shot clock. Agustin drives through.
And we have a foul by Elmer, but they are in the penalty. So it will mean 2 free throws here for Agustin.
Foul, Reyes.
Number 4 on Elmer Reyes.
Penalty.
1 point lead by the TJ Hotdogs. Time remaining 2 minutes and 19 seconds.
Timeout situations. Hotdogs with 2, San Miguel with 3 left. Agustin making the first free throw. Is 8 out of 8, Seb, so far.
Fine performance from there. 26 points by Ato Agustin.
Only hit 6 at the end of the first half.
Big explosion. Agustin.
He's about ready to start as Alvin Teng is going to check back in here for the... he's going to stay at the scorer's bench. Let's set the lineups, Seb. You might as well do that.
Now we have on the floor, we have Ato Agustin who's played a spectacular game together with Pumarin. We have Mon Fernandez together with Giselle Angeles and Jeffrey Graves. On the other side, we have Capasio, Pumarin together with Reyes, Cordillera, and Patrimonio.
Both teams are in the penalty.
Angeles.
Alvin Teng coming back into the ball game for Angeles. 2:18 left here in this ball game, and the Hotdogs will have possession of the ball. They're down by 1.
Here's Pumarin bringing it up.
Elmer Reyes coming out of a pick there, trying to get his teammates moving.
It's been tight all the way. 21 lead changes and a total of 12 deadlocks, that is. Inside attack.
2 minutes.
Alvin Patrimonio
Last
getting the
2
ball
minutes.
to Elmer Reyes in the last 2 minutes, and he was fouled going to the hoop by Alvin Teng, who picked up his 5th personal foul.
And as you saw earlier, these last 2 minutes brought to you by Emperador Brandy. Enjoy it like a king.
Elmer Reyes earlier split his charities. These are pressure-packed charities now. Every point counts. And he fails on the first. He was practicing that during the break here. And he knows that is his weakest point. Elmer Reyes missing the first opportunity to equalize.
And I think the question will be, which team was affected by that brownout? Misses by Reyes. Patrimonio.
Well, the ball was knocked out of his hands, so the Hotdogs will have the possession, said, with 1 minute and 56 left.
93-92. Score has remained unchanged since you lost us. Inside action. Patrimonio sinks it.
Patrimonio having a very good second half of play. 94-93 is the count in favor of the Hotdogs.
Patrimonio with 19 points. Here's Pumaren. Pumaren being pursued by his brother. Goes over now to Fernandez. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Mon passes it off to Tang, who is fouled.
Yes, sir! And he has a 3-point play coming up. That will give them a 1-point lead and a bonus point here from the 4.5-meter line.
Go ahead, Andy.
Jerry Cudinera also has 5 personal fouls now, the same number as Patrimonio, as Teng, and as Fernandez. Been a battle of big men the whole evening.
No question about it. Tang delivers. Timeout situation. 2 more for the TJ Hotdogs, 3 more for San Miguel Beer. 1:30 remaining. 96-94. I'm not sure if we're able to bring the shot or the game clock over to you, so the time remaining is 1:19. Here's Patrimonio. He has fouled going in.
And of course, the other team also in the penalty. It will mean free throw time here for Alvin Patrimonio. Graves pushing off against Alvin in that play. And again, charities may mean the difference of victory or defeat, no?
Earlier, there were misses by Reyes. Patrimonio on the spotlight. In the spotlight, that is.
Making the first free throw.
I think this is the first time you and I have covered a game wherein we are not using our headsets in the normal fashion. Capaccio, meanwhile, will move out as Saitono is back in.
With 1:17 left, Alvin looking for the equalizer on his second free throw shot.
96-95, San Miguel by a point. We are all tied at 96 all. Been tied all the way. 13 deadlocks now. Pumaren. Here's Ato Agustin. Being provided a pick by Fernandez, playing with 5 personal fouls. Pumaren with a view of the hoop rather. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Agustin charges through. Too strong.
That foul will be on Asay Tono. That will be number 5 on him also. And Agustin will go to the 4.5-meter line again.
Keep in mind both teams in penalty. Ato Agustin. He's played a stellar role in this ball game for San Miguel Beer.
Especially here in the second half.
That's true, Andy.
Agustin missing his first free throw, his first miss from the 4.5-meter line in this ball game. Pressure telling on him in that shot. It was a little bit long.
Adjusts his shot, but he still misses. Battle for the basketball. Picked up by the TJ Hotdogs. Keep in mind, a loss by San Miguel will boot them out of the race for the for the finals, that is.
Tinto Pumaren pushing the ball up quickly, but now settling to a half-court game. 40 seconds left in this ball game. 12 seconds on their shot clock. 11.
Down now to 9 seconds as Saitono working the baseline. Teng is in front of him. Sends it over to Codinera. There's a scramble for the ball. It's in the hands of Codinera. Shot clock continues to whittle down. 1 second, a 25-second violation.
35-second violation.
So San Miguel will have possession with 24 seconds left.
And we will have a timeout.
San Miguel Beer.
You stay on the side of the ball, Mon, okay? I told you screen for France. Go. Jeffrey, you take the ball out of bounds. Alvin, you come to the basketball if we can't get it in. Now, Mon, you come up here, okay? Let's make sure we get the ball in bounds. Once we get it in bounds, this is what we're going to do.
Just give the ball to me, if ever, About for Nelson,
Once we get the ball in bounds, we're going to run a 5. So, Otto, Franz, Alvin, you've got to spread the floor out, okay? Jeffrey, who's guarding you, Jeff? Who's guarding you? Okay, stay here. Alvin, you stay here. Jeffrey, you stay here, okay? Talk to him, Mon, talk to him. Screen down. Otto, back screen. Bring it around. Wait, listen up, please. If we don't have anything, Mon, don't force it. Screen for Otto. Come around, Otto. We cannot afford. Let's go. Ubusin lang oras. Wala din tayo makakabaw. Okay. One. Already been a victory. 1, 2, 3.
Back with us here 24 seconds remaining, 96 all.
Well, the ball game is tied, and the Beermen, the important thing for them, Seb, is to be able to get a good inbound. Then they can waste the time on the clock. Of course, they should be wary of possible interceptions. And there are a lot of players to go to into the last few seconds because both of the teams are in penalty, no?
There's a buzzer for a timeout. It is not given. However, San Miguel in possession. Only 20 seconds remaining. Here's Ato Agustin. The mission is to spread out the floor as much as possible. Only 11 seconds. You know the score. It's 96 all. Pumaren looks for the open man. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. No.
Going into its second overtime in 2 straight playing days. The last time they came out the victors over the Diet Sarsi squad. But this one, they're fighting for their lives in this ball game.
That's true. A loss by San Miguel Beer will kick them out of the race.
Norman makes a substitution here, resting Graves and putting in Romy Lopez.
Into the hands of Mon Fernandez quickly to Ato Agustin, and they get 2 points quickly.
First 2 points of the overtime period.
As you pointed out, Andy, San Miguel Beer winning against the Diet Sarsi Sizzlers 92-86 the other day in overtime. Capasio with a 3, too long. Rebound in the hands of Cabahog. Foul downstairs.
Foul, Pumaren.
Pumaren giving up his 3rd personal foul. That'll be the first team foul against San Miguel in this overtime period. 4 before you get into penalty. Alvin Patrimonio posting up. There is the double team.
Looks for an open man. Can't find one. Sees a small opening and makes use of it.
He has also scored heavily in the last few minutes of regulation time and gets the first 2 points for the Hotdogs in overtime period.
Keep in mind that Asaitono, Patrimonio, and Codinera playing with 5 personal fouls. The same thing with Teng, Graves, and Mon Fernandez. Agustin wiggles free. Running shot. No. There is a foul.
On Cabahog, that might be, that's his 5th
Foul,
personal
Cabahog.
foul.
So he joins the troop of those gentlemen we mentioned earlier. 4:08 remaining. 98 all. Each team has been charged with a team foul here in extension. Mon Fernandez playing with 5 personals. Twirls, misses the shot. Lopez flying high, can't get to it. Here's Capasio.
A lot of struggle there to pick up that ball.
3 minutes and 48 seconds remaining. We are in overtime. Reyes, they're trying to be as patient as possible with 10 seconds on their shot clock. Reyes is in a bind. His pass is deflected. Picked up by Ato Agustin. Started off by Fernandez's tap.
Reyes got into trouble there and tried to throw a back pass. Ball game still tied at 98 all.
This is deadlock number 14. Fernandez outside to Pumaren. Pumaren pulls the trigger inside the 3-point zone. A little too long.
And Capasio pushing the ball up.
Capasio wheeling, dealing. Lost control. Agustin sneaks it over to Tang.
And that's a 2-point lead here for the Hotdogs. Capasio, after failing, just sat down, didn't come back and help his team on defense.
100-98, 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Glenn Capasio lost control earlier, sends it over to Jerry Codinera, who's played a big game. Double team on Jerry, outside to Reyes. Shot clock is down to 7 seconds. Over now to Patrimonio. Hold it, says referee Ledesma. Foul before the shot.
Foul, Teng.
And that's all for Alvin Tang. 6 personal fouls on Tang.
6 fouls. Capasio.
Capasio is now being replaced here by Dindo Pumaren.
And Jeffrey Graves, on the other hand, came in for the
Disqualified
Alvin Tang. That's correct.
2-point lead being enjoyed by the Beermen here.
Fighting for life.
Jerry
Codinera.
using the glass. Continues to have a good scoring game.
On the other hand, the TJ Hotdogs hoping to gain a share of first place with Diet Sarsi, hoping to get an 11-6 card with a victory here tonight. Here's Lopez. Trying to disengage. Hasn't started his dribble yet. Sends it outside to Agustin. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ato with a three. No. Romy Lopez secures it.
Last
Romy fakes,
2
fires.
minutes.
Yes, sir.
Last 2 minutes.
We're into the last 2 minutes again. Brought to you by Emperador Brandy. Enjoy it like a king.
2-point lead here for the Beermen. Both of the teams are not far from the penalty situation. Romy Lopez putting some pressure on Cabaug. There's another foul by Lopez. That will be the third team foul called against the Beermen.
And the fourth
Foul,
against
Lopez.
Romy Lopez. Here's Pumarin. Cabahug. Alvin hops inside. Rims out. White ball.
Ball knocked out of his hands by Jerry, but the white shirt San Miguel will keep it.
2-point lead by San Miguel with 1:35 remaining in extension. Here's Pumarin. Franz Pumarin slows down. Wants his team to move around. Regulation ended at 96 all. Mon comes to a halt. Romy Lopez gets to it. Only 4 seconds remaining on their shot clock. Graves puts it up. No, air ball. Chance now for the Hot Dogs to tie this ball game up. 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining. Cabahug hands off to Pumarin. Block!
Look, Agustin with a good block and a foul given up by Elmer Reyes.
Foul, Reyes.
That will just be the second team foul. We have a timeout called by the Beermen.
A minute away from completing this overtime. 102 to 100 in favor of San Miguel Beer.
Well, the Beermen have a 2-point lead. They have possession of the ball, but they also know that they must score on this play because not to score would allow the Hot Dogs enough time to come back and equalize the ball game.
That's correct. There's Pumarin. Shot clock is down to 13. Pumarin sends it over to Fernandez. 7 on the shot clock. Down to 5. Fernandez goes through. Gets
Yes,
it!
it's a 4-point lead now as the Hot Dogs call a timeout.
Come back. And with that logo, you know we are into overtime. 104 to 100 with only 36 seconds remaining.
Fernandez made his first 2 points of the overtime period. He has not scored for quite a while to give San Miguel a 4-point lead. The Hot Dogs will have possession with 36 seconds left. San Miguel has 1 foul to give. The Hot Dogs are 2 away from getting into the penalty.
Inbound by Reyes. Cabahug. Being watched by Agustin. A lot of time on the shot clock. Fouled by Ato Agustin.
That will be his third personal foul, and that'll be the 14th foul called against the Beermen. But the shot clock is the game clock is down to only 28 seconds right now.
Inbound by the Hot Dogs. 4-point lead by the Beermen. Cabahug misses. Patrimonio crashes the board. Scramble downstairs. Foul on Josel Angeles. And that will send the Beermen over the limit.
So Alvin will go to the
Foul,
4.5 meter
Angeles.
line. There are only 20 seconds
Penalty.
left. And still every point counts. The Beermen have 1 timeout left, and so do the Hot Dogs.
The Beermen hoping to win their last remaining games, 2 games, including this one, to avail of the win 5 of 8 incentive. A loss will boot them out, as I've mentioned every so often, as Patrimonio misses.
And he fails on the first free throw. The most important one that he needed to make.
Romy Lopez all set to check back in.
Angeles.
For Angeles.
Patrimonio, yes.
No timeouts called.
Yes, 104 to 101 foul.
Elmer Reyes
Foul,
will foul
Reyes.
out of the ball game.
Violation at 96 all.
Beermen have a 3-point lead, 7. They have possession of the ball. Second overtime game in a row for the Beermen, and they seem to be on top. But, you know, anything can happen here.
As we continue to operate on half power, meanwhile, at full power, we have Pumarin. He skids to the floor. He's had a tough day at the office, Dr.
Foul,
J.
Cordillera.
Cordillera
Penalty.
giving up that foul, and he will also foul out of the ball game after a very good
Cordillera,
performance.
6 fouls.
2 free throws here for Franz Pumaren.
You
Could
can
ice
ice it.
the game, yes.